Hi everyone. So today I was going to show you how to make a mini book out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and a piece of cardstock that you might have laying around. So this is really simple. You take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. This is just, computer printer kind of paper, and you fold it in half once, and then you fold it in half again. And then you fold this strip in half. And then you fold that in half. And after you have that fold done, open up the paper again, and you'll see that you have 4 squares and 4 rows. So the way to make this one continuous mini book is to cut along the lines between the rows, but you only want to cut 3 squares in deep this way, and then 3 squares in deep going the other way in the middle row, and then 3 squares deep in going that way on the last row. So you can tear it or cut it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. And you just want to follow the folded line that you already, that's part of the folding, gives you a guideline for it. And if you're not doing a quickie how-to video, you can tear it really nicely with a ruler and cut it really carefully. So the first line and the last one, I'm cutting 3 squares deep, and I'm cutting them in the same direction. The middle one, I'm cutting 3 squares deep, but I'm cutting in the other direction. So can you see that? I'm cutting 3 squares deep this way in the top, 3 squares deep this way in the bottom, and 3 squares deep going in the other direction in the middle. So the way you make this one continuous mini book is that you start folding it on itself. And then when you come to the second row, so the top row, you're folding it along the 4 pages that you've already folded. When you come to the end of the top row and you're going to go into the second row, you just want to fold it down on itself, and then you want to fold it back. And you're going to come to the end of that row, and you're going to fold it down on itself. And do the back and forth again in that row, and fold it down on itself, and back and forth. What you end up with from that, whichever way you want to go with this, is a book. If you cut it really carefully to begin with, your pages will be all even and wonderful and fabulous. I'm doing it really fast here, so you can probably see the irregularities in that. But so let me show you that one more time. So you've folded your paper in half and half and half and half. So you've ended up with 4 squares in the top, 4 squares here, 4 squares here, 4 squares here. You cut a line going 3 squares deep this way, a line going 3 squares deep this way, a line going 3 squares deep this way. And then you're just folding the book in on itself. I'll do it the same way I did it the first time so that it's not too confusing. So you just start with the top row, and you fold it in. And when you get to the end of the top row, you fold it down to the second row. Fold it in on itself, in on itself, in on itself. You get to the end of the second row, you fold it down onto the third row. Fold it in on itself, in on itself, in on itself. End of the third row, you fold it down to the fourth row. In on itself, in on itself, in on itself. When you're done, you get a book like this. And just one continuous mini book. So what I usually do is I will cut a page like this, and then I will use this as a guide. And on this guide page, I will take blurbs of text and put them in so you can see if I number the pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. When you fold them, then they're back to back to each other. So I will usually take the first one and make it a guide and number the pages. Hopefully you can see that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the second row, when you fold it down on itself, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll number the pages, and then I'll do blurbs of text, in Word or something, and print it out and paste them into the pages so that I have them going in the right order. And then I will photocopy this page and then fold and cut to make a series of a mini book if I want to do a series, if I'm not making a one-off. And so then when it's folded back up, so here you can see again, I'm folding this first row in on itself, folding down, in on itself, down, in on itself, down, in on itself. I get to the end. So that when I have the photocopies done and I've cut the photocopied pages, I get a series of books that has all the pages in the right order. A series of guts of books in the right order. And then you can do something, just as simple as a piece of cardstock. You can just stick the paper right in there and cut it straight from that. You can do really specific measurements. You can get as fancy as you want. It's just a piece of cardstock. And then I'm putting the guts inside of it, and I'm, either using double-sided tape or glue stick to glue this page down, and same with the back cover. And then you have a mini book. And, of course, you can get as fancy as you want, have the cardstock all decorated and completely altered. If you're doing a one-off, you can really do amazing things with the inside pages and then cut the page. So the possibilities are really, really, really endless. You can also do, if you really wanted to get fancy, you could take this middle page of the fold and do some kind of stitch, just a piece of thread through here and through here, and have it come back here and tie in a knot, just like you're tying a shoe or something, and have it be stitch bound that way. So I don't know, the possibilities are endless. It's just a really little quickie mini book, and see how fancy you can get. Hopefully this inspires you to try it out and play around with it. So go make art. That's what it's all about.